Just waiting for people to come on. My dog's over here thinking I'm talking to her. So now she runs to the door. Hey, Naomi. Can you hear me? Hey, Janet. Tell me if you guys can hear me. I just put these in. Hey, Candace. Can you hear me? Good. Okay, because I totally forgot last time I didn't wear these and people had a hard time hearing these. So then I just put them back in. So cool. We're good to go. I don't know how charged up they are though, so I don't know how long I'm going to be good to go for. But you guys missed it. I started talking just because I was on dead air here and my dog's down here. And all of a sudden she runs to the door and she's like, "Who are you talking to, Mom? Somebody's here? Really? Somebody's here?" She's such a spaz. But I am working on some stuff for my last market, which is in a week and a half. And people have been asking for bows. I don't really have a lot of bows in my shop. I did have some at one time, sold a couple. They were just kind of like more of a space filler that I did when I first started doing markets just because they were fast. And I wasn't necessarily doing them to sell. I mean, if somebody bought them, great. They were like $5. In fact, I got them right here. And I was like, I know I can do them super fast and they're going to take up a ton of space. So these were the ones that I did. And I'll still take them. But I also want to make some, as you can see, out of my knit and sublimate to match some of the fabrics. Hey, Robin. So I thought, I've had people ask for bows the last couple of markets. I totally forgot to take these with me. And I thought, well, I'm not, I've always kind of wanted to see if I couldn't make some to match some of the outfits. And, my markets, people are huge about picking up everything that matches. And I know that's not a surprise, but yet if I had a bow or something to go with it, that would probably be like another item that they would pick up. So, hey, good to see you too, Robin. So I was like, I still have these to take, and I've got like red ones and white ones and stuff. But I thought, I might try a couple of these because I wanted to try those really cute bows that have like a really big over-tied knot. And so the knot's like about that big, and then the bow kind of comes out from that. And I just think those are so cute. They kind of have a little bit of a boho, I guess you could say, feel to it, just a touch. So I was like, and then I have, when I make other headbands, I have my little pieces for to tie, I guess is the easiest way to explain it. So when you use just regular fabric, then you tie, and this is your template to tell you how big they are. And I've got written on there which one is which. So anyway, I was like, well, I've at least got that to go off of for a pattern, because I know if I make the headband, it'll probably end up being, so yes, if I cut it like this wide, and then measure this and make it that long and then sew it together in half and then together, it should be the right size to fit a newborn to 3 months, and then so forth, so on. This one's a toddler one. And yeah, Robin, did you get on in time when I was saying I started talking to nobody because I was live? And I just didn't want to have dead airspace. And so I started talking, and Ember's down here with me, and she goes running to the door like somebody's here. She gets all excited like I'm talking to somebody. And I'm like, no, I'm not talking to anybody. But they're good, Robin. They're good. The others are upstairs chilling. I've got the windows open right now because it's such a beautiful night out. I'm trying to air the house out. I was sick with this stomach crud last week, so Thanksgiving was no fun for me. In fact, I finally today started feeling that maybe I could eat something other than just really bland foods and more than just a bite or two. So it's been going okay, but it's been exactly a week. And I was at my doctor's yesterday for a follow-up, and she was like, oh yeah, people are not getting over it any too quickly. And I was like, yeah, I can tell you that for sure. And it hits hard. So yeah, it's going well though. So I'm airing out the house. Plus it is, like I said, it's like still 70 degrees here. So I wanted to have a chance to do that before it gets cold. It's supposed to chill off in the next couple of days, so I won't be able to open up the house. All right, I had to go move that now. So anyway, hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving last week. And hard to come back to work though after you've been enjoying time off. There you can see Amber. She'll cruise by every now and then, and I'm sure Bear will too. I think Chloe's like, peace out, dog's here. But yeah, Bear's right behind me laying on his mat. He loves to lay there on the floor when I'm down here. He's got one of those real cushy mats that you stand on. Should be standing on this as we speak. So anyway, I'm gonna grab one of those just right here. So I will be putting this concrete. We all know that's not good to stand on. But anyway, he loves these mats. And this is the ones that you buy at the store that you put together that side. But I let the cats use it to sharpen their claws on, which is perfectly fine. I have no problem with that because these are really inexpensive, and I've been doing that for quite a while, and they still haven't wrecked them. So I'm like, I have to replace them in another year or two. They're not that terribly expensive. Oh, nice, Naomi. I bet you really enjoyed that. I bet the grandkids had loved it too. Grandma got to spoil them. All right. See, I didn't, on these templates, it really doesn't matter how wide I make them because when I tie, it's this way. So I got to remember when I got to cut these that I just kind of made them random piece sizes just so it'd be easier to find them. Something's not exactly the same size on every piece. So, yeah, that's right. I did do that, didn't I? So I just got to remember how wide I want them to be finished because they'll be half of that. Anyway, so markets have been going good, except for the fact that we had some cruddy weather last month and kind of the month before too, which is very weird for us. And so people chose the indoor markets versus the outdoor markets. So I still did okay. But I could have done better if the weather was better. And it's never fun to chase your stuff when the wind blows. And so I have to definitely get some covers for my canopy for the back sides. I just put it off, but I need to do it because now that we're going to be heading into the winter months, because we have 24-hour or 24 12-month markets where I'm at just because of the weather, but yet it does get really cold. Like sometimes it can be really cold and then the wind will blow. And last year it was like that. So I want to make sure this year I have the back side of canopy and possibly two sides. I'm just done with the wind. I cannot tell you how done I am with the wind. And I'm on a corner, so the wind is a little worse when it starts blowing. Certain areas in the marketplace aren't as bad as where I'm at. And me and the other lady next to me were just like, oh, yeah. Where if we were down about 3 more spaces, we wouldn't be dealing with this because they have kind of the backdrop of some trees and stuff there where we're in a really good spot though, so I can't complain. So I've got to deal with that. And then I also just got one of those heaters that you put a propane tank in, and it has like the dome. So you see those at the restaurants where they're really tall. Like this one's a small one. So I'm going to take that too with me. And if I have the sides, it'll be warm in my space. And maybe people will be like, hey, it's warm in there. Let's go in there and shop. So I think that might work really well. And then I won't be freezing anymore. And then all the vendors around me are going to be like wanting to hang out in my space too. So that may not be so good because there'll be no room for shoppers. But yeah, I've got to learn a little more about how I'm going to make that work. So it'll probably just be one of those where I have to do it according to the weather that day and whether I do full sides, half sides. I do one side and I'm okay with that, but the other side is the market side, and then I'm losing frontage for people to see. So I'll figure it out, but I'm not going to freeze anymore. That was pretty brutal. So yeah, but I'm excited. I got my day job. We order off of Uline, and Uline has, if you order like X amount, you get free gifts, and they have some really nice gifts. And we order quite a bit in one order sometimes, and so we take turns splitting it up. And so, like on one project, like my superintendent will get it, and then I might have the same PM for a couple of projects because we change teams. But if I have the same PM for a couple of projects, then him and I are like, okay, the next 2 projects, you get the next one, I get the next one. And we've gotten some really nice stuff. And one of the things I got was this heater. And I was picking out my gift and I saw that and I was like, that's going to be perfect for market. I have got to get that. So I'll let you guys know. They're not that terribly expensive. I mean, if you decide to go buy one, I think they're like $100 or something. And they're a tabletop one. And it seems like it's really good quality. So I went and looked them up before I got it. And I was just kind of curious what they were saying it was worth versus what it really was worth if you were to go to buy it. And of course, they're saying it's just a little bit more than what you could go buy it for. But still, it's like it does really work nice. I'm telling people at market about it if, provided the market people are okay with it too. I mean, it is propane, so it shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, so anyway, I am talking and not working. This is half the reason why I never go live when I've got to get stuff done, is I end up talking to you guys and I do not work. Okay. So while I'm doing this, and you guys can see what I'm doing here, I got to remember that I have to have a seam allowance. So right now, So I need 2 of these. So I'm just going to do this the easy way. So here's my seam allowance. There's one. Roll it down. And then just cut right there. So and I will sublimate eventually. I'm just going to try an off-white one to begin with because I know off-white, everybody will use an off-white one. And since they're stretchy too, then it's going to be really good. Now the thing is too, when you do these, the way you do these bows, is I am going to sew them so that they're like this and then turn it. And then I'm going to sew this together so that when I open it up, here's going to be my seam and then my bow covers it. And I tie the bow on. So that's the plan. I know, truth, Naomi. I agree. You know, it's really hard for me to work too when people are live. I agree because you want to be in the chat and you just want to chat to everybody and have a really good time. So I am there with you. Now, I set up, I didn't bring my serger down. I set up my regular sewing machine. So let me go sew this real fast. I will still, hey Dolphy, good morning. Did you just get up, girl? So I will still be chatting and maybe the cat will get up here and talk to you guys, be the entertainment for a second. But I'll be right back. So only going to take me a few seconds. You'll get the machine. But yeah, I just want to feel like I'm just going to do this with that. Probably with the zigzag. So that it will have some stretch. I got everything else set up though. You guys would be proud of me. I even went live and then realized I wasn't set up and stopped it real fast. So you guys would be proud of me. So while I'm doing this, let's talk about Vlogmas. Nairo is going to do some Vlogmas, and she announced that in her video earlier today. So you guys just need to go watch her Vlogmas and see what she had to say. But I told her, I said, you don't realize that you just gave me a challenge, and I think that's kind of cool. I didn't do it last year. So this year, I think I'm going to do Vlogmas starting on December 1st. I can't promise it's going to be every day. I'm going to say every other day, and then if you guys get it every day, that's going to be a win for all of us. So right now, let's just plan for a day. I'm going to do some short videos. Some of them may be live, some of them may be recorded. I don't know. It's just going to depend upon what my day looks like. So throwing that out there. And I thought, I know people in the past had challenges the first couple of days to the first week. Their sale went really well and they had a lot to talk about. And then they got really challenged as the time went on through December and going, man, I'm running out of stuff to talk about. And I get that. So I know that could be a possibility. But if it is, we'll just talk about whatever we talk about. But I think it'd be kind of fun. So I'm also going to throw another challenge out to you guys. And I really hope you think about it and possibly partake in it. So Christmas is always, a time of giving. And I know it's a time that everybody does something in the giving sense. My whole challenge to you guys is going to be I challenge everybody, including myself, to do something every day that costs you no money, but makes somebody else smile and makes them happy. So that can be something as simple as you're an introvert and you go out to the store and you normally don't talk to anybody and you're scared to talk to somebody, or it's just very uncomfortable for you to talk to somebody. So if you're going to the checkout and the person, hey, Angela, you bet. So the person that is checking you out probably always talks to you, but I don't know about you guys. Lately, I've had a whole lot of them that must be introverts because they don't even hardly look at me and they won't talk to me or anything. So maybe the one thing that you do that one day is you talk to them and you say, hey, Merry Christmas. And that's all you have to do, and give them a smile. And then maybe one day you send a text to somebody you haven't talked to in a very long time. And it doesn't have to be a long text. It can just be, hey, Christmas season, Merry Christmas, maybe put a really cute emoji in or a little GIF or something. But I challenge you to do that every day in December, starting December 1. And let me know where you're at by the end of December, because I will ask, and I'm going to do it too. And then hopefully, it'll be something you guys can carry forward and keep doing it. I don't want you to stop in December. I want you to keep doing it throughout the year. I'm more looking for what can we do to make other people smile, to maybe give in a way that is not monetary. And I know it's so easy to do a monetary gift. So maybe one day you feel like, oh, buying somebody a coffee or something. That's great. But maybe you smile at the person that you're talking to across the counter. Or maybe somebody is over there getting sugar with you and you just look at them and go, hey, I hope you're having a great day. And just let it go at that, because we are so stuck in our own worlds in this society anymore. I'm trying to get us all to break out of that. And it doesn't have to be painful, and it doesn't have to be a lot. Just a couple of words, a smile even is sometimes all it takes. A little eye contact, a smile. It can be very uncomfortable. I'm an introvert. I get it. That's why I'm challenging you guys, because it's tough for me as well. So let's see where we're at by the end of December, and I'm excited to see who participates. And we'll talk about it throughout Vlogmas. We'll talk about it, and I'll let you know how I'm doing. And I hope you guys tell me in the comments how you guys are doing, maybe some of the things that you've done, some of the reactions you've got. I think it could be a lot of fun if we just look and see who's out there, and maybe, you're going to get some people who are probably some bah humbugs, it could happen. But I bet you a lot of people are going to be really happy that you did. And you might get some really great feedback from people. So, hey, Mary. Okay, yeah, you get the kids down. I keep forgetting you're an hour later than me. Not a big deal. But hey. And Mary, challenge the kids to do it too. The kids are actually some of the best ones for this, because they're not afraid to walk up to somebody and just start chatting to them. So it could be a great way for icebreakers for those that maybe are introverts. So, or just challenge them to do it all on their own too. Talk to a kid at school that you don't normally talk to, or just sit with somebody at school at lunchtime or at recess that you don't normally sit with or play with, and something like that. And let's just see where this takes off. Anyway, what do you guys think? Tell me. I'm going to sew this shut, and then I'll be right back. Sorry, it's black. love metronome, but sometimes it makes me a little silly. And I don't know how it does this, but it gets, it's like it'll start sewing, and then the thread gets all kind of wrapped around inside out with the needle. And I'm like, how did you do that? I can't even begin to think of how you did that. So I have to stop and unwrap it a little bit. But, hey, Evelyn, how are you? Good to see you. Thing that it's going to take me a little bit to learn on this bow, and I know it's a specific way to do it, is how to tie that bow. Because if you don't tie it the right way, it can just kind of not lay the way you want it to. And I know that it just takes a matter of playing with it a few times until I figure it out. So anyway, let me show you guys. And like I said, I don't have my serger down here. I'm just using my sewing machine, which there's nothing wrong with using my sewing machine. I just put it on a stretch stitch. So I sewed the tube together, and I put the seam to the inside, and then I folded it in half, sewed it together there. And you can tell it's just a stretch zigzag. So this is for like a newborn to 3 month size. So it's made out of that really stretchy knit that I use for my t-shirts and my bunnies. Now, I'm going to tie the bow over this. So this is hidden. So you will not see this. And it's going to pull it in, and all that will be hidden. So the only thing you're going to see is the seam on the inside. And that's, again, on the inside. So that's awesome, Naomi. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yep. Oh, that's sweet, Mary. Of course, that doesn't surprise me about your kids. Your kids are sweet. They think about others. Oh, that's so good, Naomi. Yeah, and you never know. She maybe has had so many cranky customers and cranky people at the restaurant that she's done being nice to people because everybody growls at her. You just never know. All right, so now I got to try and decide how big of a bow I'm going to make. And I wonder if my scraps can be enough. Hey, Beth. Yeah, if we got more people come on, I'll mention all of this again so that they know what we're talking about. I don't know. I just I want the holiday time to be the time that makes it easy to start doing this because everybody kind of has a little extra cheer. And then it becomes really kind of second nature by the time then that the holiday is over. And as you go forward, hopefully we can carry it into 2023 and just keep instilling this into everybody. And if people say and they ask, tell them a little bit about this story, and then maybe challenge them to pay it forward and say, I challenge you to try and do it too. And I'll be back later, this week, at the end of the week or next month or whenever, if you ever go back and say, oh, I'll ask you how it's going. I'm really curious to hear from you how it's going. You might be surprised at how many people actually join if they know you're going to come back in, say it's a cashier or something, you see them periodically, it might be exciting to ask them, so how's it going? Because, you're behind the cashier, you have a little more opportunity than I do. And we're only asking for like one a day, and you see how many customers, so one a day is super easy. You know, you might be surprised. Hmm. Trying to decide. I think it's gonna have to be this whole length. Oh, yeah, I know, Beth. Some people, I told my girlfriend too, because she's like, I don't get notifications anymore when you're on. And so I texted her just in case. And I think a lot of other people are having that problem too. And I know that's not a new problem, because I know there's times I don't get notifications from some people too. I think just YouTube is doing its own thing the last year or two. And just want to know better than us what we want. I don't know. Yes, agree, Naomi. Agree. So, yeah, those of you that have children and grandchildren, this would be kind of a cool thing to do. Like if you take them out sometime, maybe you can challenge them and say, let's see how many people, we can make smile while we're out or whatever. And it could be something that you guys do every time you go out, and kids really could get into that. Not really a game, but something similar to that with them. Oh, cool, Mary. So get those kids down and start sewing. I really hope I need to measure this before I start tying, because I forget to do those things, and then I'm like, oh, that was the perfect size. What size was that? Oh, yeah, you didn't measure. What do we got here? 2.5 by about 4.25. Better write that down. I'm not going to remember. Now, see how this works. I know I'm going to have to do this a bunch of times. That's cool, Mary, how they're so completely different from each other. I love that. Okay, so that worked, but that's still not the size of the knots. Let's try a double bow. Still not too long too. I may need to make it wider. little helps. Makes it thicker. There we go. Oh, that's going to be super, super cute, Naomi. Oh, I know. Mia's got the cutest fabric. Cutest fabric. If you guys don't know about Mia at Fabric Bomb, I've got a link below. And if it's not there right now, it will be when this posts. But I get a little tiny bit if you use my link. It's not huge. But Mia's got the cutest fabric. So I've shown you guys in my past videos fabric that I get from her. And I had the last one I showed you was the llamas and the cow print. And then I had some red and black check with white snowflakes. And then the fox on the minky. And then the deer on the minky. And then also the giraffe. Oh, Beth, you don't need a working serger to do that. Use a stretch zigzag and you'll be fine. That's what I did on this because I didn't bring my serger down. But you can totally, I use that stretch zigzag to turn the hems on my shirts. And it turns out really good. Let's see if I've got one here that I'll show you. Here it is. So, oh, and of course the one that I grabbed was the one that I did the photo cover stitch on because I wanted to see if it worked. And it was too much work, but it turned out really cool using the double needle. Anyway, yeah, it's berries. Yeah. So you can kind of tell it looks really good. I think it's focusing for you guys. There we go. And it's super stretchy. So I just turn it and zigzag it on the back. But yet it's that stretch stitch. So if you don't know which one that is, when you look at your machine, it's the zigzag, but it's the broken zigzag. And that's your stretch zigzag. And I do that on the edges of my sleeves as well. It's so bright in here and this fabric is so light, it's hard to tell. You can see. It's like I said, I turn it and I sew it on this side so I can see what I'm doing. And I don't sew on this side. So anyway, I didn't realize it was so bright it was going to wash that out that badly. So easy. You don't need a serger, Beth. You really don't. You can do this stitch for your side seams and everything, and you'll be just fine. In fact, that's what I did this with. So if you look, you can see, again, it's my light. I've got these really high shop lights in here, so it's super bright, but it's not good for when I'm doing this. And then it just makes it nice and stretchy. See, it's not a problem. Yeah, just play with it, Beth, because all you got to do is I set my stitch length. Let me see what my stitch length is sitting at right now on this one. And actually, my Janome calls it a multiple zigzag. But again, it's just that zigzag stitch that looks broken up. And it's actually the stitches. So I have it set at, the width is at a 5. And then you just have to play with how far apart you want it. So I'm not even going to give you the number on that because that changes with each machine. But my width is at a 5, and I think I can go up to about a 6. And everybody's going to be a little different on your machine. But if you set it, almost as high as the widest stitch or maybe the widest stitch, and start there and do it just on, piece of scrap, and then open up the seam and see how it looks. And maybe, the seam itself is a little too wide, so then you just take it in just a little. But then I don't have it real close together either. You want it to do this quite a ways apart, so it gives it the stretch. The closer those V's are together, the less stretch it's going to have. So give it quite a bit, because if you're doing knit, it's not going to ravel, so it doesn't need to be close together. And so keep them far apart, and they stretch really, really nice. Yeah, I don't know much about sergers, Mary. That is sometimes the timing, and that is sometimes it just maybe isn't threaded correctly. So that might be part of it. Beth, what you should do is get on YouTube and video or search for the type of serger you've got and then the problem, and see if a video comes up that shows you how they're fixing it. A lot of times that's all you need to do. And they might go on and say, it could be this, try that, change your needle, oil it, all of that, change the thread that you're using, all that. And then if none of that works and you've totally done everything that I've told you to do, plus what the videos have told you to do, then you probably do need to take it in, but you might be able to fix it yourself. They're not that tough. Machines are not that tough to fix because it's the simple stuff most of the time that we have the problems with that we just don't know how to fix. Okay, so what do you think, guys? And this is color. I kind of want the knot just a little bit bigger, but maybe not. It probably really doesn't matter because this is a newborn, so it's probably not bad for a newborn. But these are super easy. Super, super easy. So I think this is going to work. All right. Too bad I don't have a Newport to put on, but I think it's going to work. I think that's going to be fine. And then as they get a little bigger, I'll have to make the length a little bit longer. Maybe not. It might be all right. We're pretty much any age. Yeah, that might be. This is good. Don't laugh at me, guys. But since I can see myself, this is going to help. Okay, that's not so bad for even an adult size head. So maybe I can just keep the bow the same size, no matter what. I might make them just a touch wider, though. Just a small, maybe an inch more. So I get just a little bit bigger bow. So does anybody else do goofy stuff like that when you're trying to figure out whether it's going to work or not? Okay. So, yeah. All right. Those are quick. I like it. And I even kind of like just the off-white ones because they'll go with everything. Yeah. Yeah. And the timing is tough, but the timing even on a machine is tough. And I've done it with a YouTube video and it just takes time. But I know I've never messed with the timing on a serger. So maybe you're not taking it to the right guy. And I know there's not like a million places to take it. I get that. but it very well could be that. And then I also just have to ask, is it worth servicing, or if it costs you pretty much the same as buying a new one, just get a new one. Um, because I know I live and breathe my Juki. You guys know that. I love that Juki serger, and I have never, ever, ever had a problem with it. It sews through everything, and I think right now they're running about, you can probably get them for about 350. I think I was seeing online, and I know I paid over 400 for mine when I first bought it like 8 years ago. And one of my friends at church just bought it too, and she's like, "Girl, that thing is nice." She goes, "It sews through anything without a hiccup." And I said, "Yep." And she had one that just would not work and would not work and would not work. And she's like, "Man, she goes, I'm in love. In fact, I want to go get another one so I don't have to rethread it." And she sews dresses for little girls, and she sells them through locally and stuff. So she's like, "I am in love with that thing." So just saying, guys, that's just a thought. Is it really worth getting it serviced and paying almost the price of a brand new one? Or can you just go save, hey, Nancy, a little bit and then just get another one? So it's up to you. Hey, Sonia. So anyway, thanks. I think this is what I'm going to do. These were fast. You saw how fast I did that. And so I think I can knock out some of these pretty quickly. I just need to figure out if I can sublimate them. I think I can. Okay, yes. Yes. Yes, I can. All right, so that was. And then how long do I need for a toddler? That would be, I think I can do that. 17. I just have to get creative with my heat press because it's only an 11 by 15. And this one's going to be 17 inches. Hey, crazy girl, you leave the kitties alone. No, 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 no. You know the rules. No. And the LaRue. Hey, you come up here. That's your bone. That's your bones. Get your finger. There you go. She has a little kitty. It's not like she never sees him. You know, I don't get it. Yeah, I'm a Juki diehard, but then I'm also a Janome diehard too. But my Juki is the 6x4 DE. If anybody's curious, if you're wanting to go look, and I will buy that one again over and over and over. Anyway, I'll show you the shirt that is one of the ones that I do for market, and then I've got matching bunnies that go with it. And it's dark blue. I think you guys have probably seen it on my live before. I think I had them. I showed them. So anyway, just in case somebody was asking me, like, what did your shirt look like? And I never showed it. I'll show you. I try and put things away. So this is sublimated, guys. So this is sublimated fabric. Okay. So there's the pants that go with the shirt. And I will be making a video. I know I said it on the last live with Liz that I was going to show you guys how to use Inkscape and put together the graphic files because it's super easy, super, super, super easy to create a repeatable pattern to do stuff like this with. So that is still coming, and that might actually be part of my Vlogmas because I'm like, I don't want to run out of things to do. And it's something that I can show you in little segments during Vlogmas. And so we might do that if I run out of ideas. Hey, Sandy. Hello, hello. Elna is awesome, Beth, because that is made by Janome. They're made by the exact same company. So if you're buying an Elna, you're buying a Janome. And they're awesome. All right, so now I know this is going to work. I can cut and cut and cut while we talk. In fact, now I can probably just sit down because I wanted to try that and see how that worked out. Thanks, Naomi. Yeah, and those of you, I noticed Creative Fabrica has a sale going on, Christmas sale for a yearly membership. That's where I get my designs, guys. It's worth it. I paid before that sale. I paid earlier in the year. I think before I was doing the expensive one at $20 a month for like 2 months, and then they hit me up with, "Hey, you want a yearly for like $75?" And I'm like, "Hey, yeah, duh." But I think they kind of changed their memberships, and so I think they're now coming down in price. But you guys, they have tons of embroidery designs on there too. Super, super cute ones. And with that yearly membership, everything on their website is part of that membership. You can download anything, classes, knitting patterns, everything. It is probably one of the best deals I've ever seen out there. And you can sell the designs. So, like, when I take that stuff to market, I can put it on Etsy. They can't come after me because I've got the commercial license while I'm paying for that yearly membership. Well, if you break it down, even $75 a month is what, like $6 a month? All I have to do is sell one bummy, and I've paid for that membership every month. So it's really good. Sorry, Sandy. Yeah, I know, not helping. Sandy, you saw the boat, right? Well, now I got to put patterns on it, but I want to make several of them out of just the off-white because I know people will pick those up too. Those are good colors, but that's easy for me. Amber, seriously, leave the kitties alone. They don't want you up in their business. Here's your bone. Here's your toy. She doesn't get it. She's 50 pounds. They're not. Yeah, Naomi, I know. I downloaded a ton of embroidery files the other night, but I also had a thought in mind, and so I was downloading. What am I trying to say with a plan? So, and I find I have to do that. If I have a plan, when I download, then I have to label my files accordingly as well. So I'll take a folder, and so that plan is the name of my folder. And then I put all the files in there. And that way, next time if I'm on there and I just see something that's cute and I'm like, okay, I'm going to grab that because I'll forget that it's there, then I have generic folders that are labeled according to, like animals or holidays or whatever, and then I'll stick it in there. But if I'm looking for, oh man, I downloaded that one for this project, where did I put it? I'm never going to find it. Where if I label the folder that way, then I should go straight to that folder and then I find all the files that I was thinking would be good for that. And then I also look at some of those and go, what was I thinking? That's not going to work. So yeah, it's I really do think they changed their membership though, Sandy. So I think I've seen this pricing that I paid out for probably about 6 months, and I think the Christmas pricing really isn't a whole lot less. It might be about $10 or $15 less, which it's $10 or $15, but it's not one of those, oh my goodness, it's so much cheaper. I've got to have it right now kind of thing. So, but anyway, I'm just throwing that out there if anybody had never known. I may need to quit playing with this because I need to keep cutting without chatting with you guys. I just, this knot. I know what I want the knot to look like, and it's so close, but it's not there. It is just not there, and I think I probably need to make it a little fatter, like wider. So, this one. Yeah, I saw that special, Manny. And had I not just taken this out like about 2 months ago, I probably would have done that. But I'm like, no, we're not going to do that yet. Okay, so that mode, that's a little wider. Let's see. So maybe. And somebody is like really full of energy tonight. It's like, I don't know if anybody's ever seen a dog that has like real high energy, but that's my girl. And every move she makes is just like point, 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 and it's just quick. But every stop is just like this perfect exclamation point, you know. And I was just like, oh, I could just see she's amping herself up even more. Oh, she's crazy. There's a reason why she has the nickname Crazy Girl. And yes, I'm talking about you, girlfriend. Plus, she's looking out the door thinking she's going to see the kitties out there, too. Okay, I'm going to go over and sew one more, guys. I will be right back. All right, so do I need to have a show of hands as to who didn't hear about Vlogmas and about the challenge, I guess? So those of you who are new and need to hear about it, just throw your hand up in the chat. I would like to send a book. And I've been MIA for a while. You know, like I say, I think we'll do a whole lot for a while. Not too much fun talking with you guys and I'm reading all of the comments and everything. And that's all great and good, but when you gotta get something done, you kind of have to listen for a while. And I was also noticing at market that if I didn't show up with as much as I knew in the brain I needed, it says it was good. And then actually people not, and so it's really good. So. So, yeah, if you understand what I'm talking about, Naomi, well, she wears me out some days just watching her, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you have two speeds sleep and wah! Yes, I'm still talking about you, silly. But man, when I lay on the couch, she's right there. She is like right there. All right, so I didn't see any hands go up in the chat, so that's good. I will keep on talking. So I saw the cutest little bow too. Not too long ago. I saved the picture just because it was one of those where I'm like, I probably won't remember it, but if I put it in my pictures on my phone, I will remember it. And it's something I need to do for summer, for 4th of July, that they did the band in kind of a really pretty soft grass green, kind of faded grass green. And then the bow was a watermelon print. And it was a faded watermelon print. It was the cutest I have ever seen. And I was like, wow, I can definitely see that for 4th of July. So it just kind of gave me thoughts on how to put some things together like that. And how maybe this doesn't have to be the same print as the bow every time. So it was really kind of like, wow. And that would be so cute on a little girl. You know, cute little sundress or a tank top or something at Halloween. At 4th of July. Okay, let's test a bigger bow now. Mary, you might be waiting a while on that one. Yeah, exactly, Mimi. And then I also, let me show you. When I sublimate, I hate to waste the pieces of paper that don't need to be printed, because when I do these pages and then I put like my money or something on there, sometimes there's like this much at the bottom. So I will cut that piece off and save it. Well, some of these are going to be wide enough for a bow, for the bow top. So I'm going to definitely take advantage of that. You know, some of these others, I was like, okay, I don't know what I need it for now, but I'm going to be doing like the baby shoes again. And some of those I have little teeny bows on. And so I could use these for the little teeny bows. And then that way I'm using up scraps of my, say like I've got a bunch of these scraps. They're bigger though. So I can use these scraps with these scraps for my shoes. Yeah, and Mary, you've got to just really like get inventive, but a lot of those are perfect for bows because they're uneven scraps that once you kind of take them down, they make cute little bows. So you can do, you know, a bunch of bows for like babies, or like I said, for shoes, or to put on dresses or on jackets or something, just like little add-ons that maybe just take it to the next degree for you. So anyway, I wanted to show you guys that a lot of these sublimated pieces that I've got, you know, I was trying to save a bunch of these scraps and use them because I hate to press them and then lose the ink and all that for no reason. So I am also experimenting with something else that I've had on my brain for a very long time. And it's going to take me a little while to figure it out, but I know I can because I know there's a few people out there that do this. And I've just got to find the right fabric is where I'm at, if you want to call it fabric. So I've been trying to sublimate on faux leather, i.e. vinyl. And sometimes it works. And these are the ones that worked. And then sometimes it doesn't. This is supposed to be an evergreen color. And that's the best it came out. Now, one is this may not be the exact right fabric. because this vinyl is very touchy, and you have to play with your heat press for the temperature and the time, because it will melt the fabric of that paper right to this, and you'll never get the paper off. So you've got to figure out how low to get them, but yet hot enough that it still transfers the color. As you can see, this was supposed to be evergreen. And if you really look, all of it's completely faded. It's not just the evergreen, it's all of it. And this is supposed to be really dark, really super, super dark. None of it is. And I left it in the exact same time as, say, like this one, which came out perfect. And this one came out perfect. So I am playing with this. I'm slowly figuring it out, but I also think I'm going to have to change my medium. I think this may not be the exact right fabric to be using. And I don't like the word fabric with your vinyl, but it's still this kind of fabric. So I'm going to be, once I get that tested, it's going to be amazing. But see the difference, you can kind of see it. Yes, it's easier to see in, I can't see it on here, but it's easier to see in person. This one did not work as well as this one. It's not quite as dark, not quite as sharp. And that was a difference in temperature and time than this one. So anyway, that's kind of my new venture for next year. I will figure this out. And then it's game on, because I have a lot of ideas that I want to use this for. And yeah, I'm pretty excited. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm not getting rid of these scraps. I may have a use for them. Maybe not. We'll see. I don't know what's going to come in my brain for next year yet with that, but we'll see. Okay. Yeah, think about those. Getting distracted. There's 6 inches. This 6 as well. Let's try a 6-inch go and see where we get. I did this backwards, so. Marks in them. That's been a while since I used it too, so it's pretty fun. Ladies are quiet this evening. My nose, I am so glad that I don't usually get sick. I mean, I might not feel 100%, but I'm definitely not one that is like, oh, I don't know, I don't know. 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 Oh man, I'm gonna hit the couch, leave me alone. Call me in about 3 days, kind of sick. That's where I was at last week. That was no fun, and I have no patience for that. Thanks, Angela. Yes, can you guys hit the thumbs up? I really appreciate it if you would. So glad to be back. Back amongst the living. It's so frustrating too to be laying on the couch when you got things you want to do and you just don't feel good enough to do any of it. You know, and I'm like, okay, and I've got 5 days off, and I'm spending them being sick. Yay! I think I actually got it at market that weekend, though. Honestly. All right, let's see if this one works. Gets me the results I'm hoping for. That's the ticket, guys. That's what I was looking for. That's better. Yep, that's much better. If you guys can see that versus the other very well. This is the one that's a little wider than this one, and this was the one I was looking for. See how the knots better, and then you get just a little bit more going on with the bow. So yeah, that's what I wanted. Okay, change my notes. Hey, hey, Bella. Aw, thanks, Sandy. I've missed everybody too. I haven't yet. So, oh, wait. I have. Okay, so you guys want to see the Christmas stuff? Angela, no, the pattern kind of really is. I've just seen them online, and I just know that I grabbed these measurements that I have written on here for the bows that I did. Do I have this one down here? Oh, of course, it's up there. The cotton bows that I did that had the elastic in the back, and then you tied the bow here that we did a while back on the live. Well, this is kind of what I made those out of. You take and you tie them. So you wrap your fabric here and then you tie the bow. That way you know it's the right size. Well, I know those are the right size, so I just have to make the band out of this way, not necessarily this way, but this way, and then just decide how wide I want them to be. Fold them in half, and then I'm just playing with the size for the tie on. So yeah, just kind of making up my own pattern here. So anyway, you want to see the Christmas stuff? Okay, let me go get my stuff. we'll walk through everything here. I don't have a ton right now. It's been selling, which is what it's supposed to do. But we'll show you what we got here. Forward. And by the way, those IKEA bags are awesome for market. Okay, so again, I told you guys how much I love this fabric. So we have little harems out of the gnomes. And then I have a matching shirt. So let's see if I can do this. I can do this, but there's the set. And I made them in newborn up to size 5 to 6. That's one. Yeah. So Joann's has this fabric from last year. So these are actual harem pants rather than harem shorts. Let's kind of see the fabric. And then I just found a random graphic out there to make a matching shirt with. And so I added circle on the back myself and faded it out and then put snowman on that. And then I made that the color to match the pants. Yes, I do. So yeah, I make them up to, right now my sizes go up to a size 6. So I have used up all my fabric and kind of winged it to on the size. I tried to do 1 or 2 of each size. And pretty much selling the bigger sizes, which is a nice. Then this is another one that I found the graphic and then I changed the colors. Kind of cute cutie. Oh, size 6 adult. No, Sonia, size 6 kids. Sorry. So yeah, anyway, but people are loving this and it actually goes with pants. I do have a print that I am not done making. I got to go sew a bunch of those together here this week because my market is not this weekend, it's next weekend. So it's rainbows that says happy holidays and they're real little. And so I'm going to make bunnies to match with this and the colors match. And I might actually even do some bows now that I know that's going to work. I know, sorry, Sonia. Just uses too much fabric. I can't do it to be able to sell them. You know, it's really sad. Plus, then everybody's going to be like, well, I need this size, I need that size, and I need to have like tons of fabric to be able to do those sizes. So it gets to be even more than the kids. So I was telling you about those cute little check with snowflakes from Mia's shop. This is one of them. I love this fabric. It's so cute. Okay. So I also have been doing hand-dyed lenses in the tie-dye effect, and I just love them. And then I did H2B on them. So it says pretty eyes and chubby thighs. So yeah, these are fun. Everybody loves these. And then I've got these in like blues and then a blue green and I think just the pink. So these are fun, guys. These are super fun. They're just Carters. They're 100% cotton. And then I use, I have professional dyes that I buy for cotton, and then I just tie dye them. Liz! I know everybody's not getting any notifications, so you're not the only one, okay? Don't feel bad. I know a bunch of people up there were saying, oh my gosh, we didn't get the notification. So I love how these turn out different. Love it, love it. And it just blows people's minds at market when they pick these up. They're like, oh, that's so cute. And then I'm like, those are hand dyed too. And they're like, you've made all this and did that. And I said, oh yeah. And then I sublimated the fabric too. Yeah, it's just some people, they just can't, you got to kind of gauge your audience because some of them just can't quite take it all in. They don't understand that you've done all that. Sorry, Liz. Yeah, sorry. So I have to gauge my audience. And then some of them, they're not looking at something. And if I say that, they go back and then they stop and they look at it. And then sometimes I'll sell it. You just never know. And then others are like, yeah, okay, that's cool. And that means nothing to them. So yeah, you just never know. But it's kind of fun. Okay, I'm going to go get, here's some other ones. I kind of tried packing up so that when I go to take it out next time, it's already some fruit. Oh, I'll show you guys this. All right, head in. I'm going to show you the 4th of July ones. So I did the sleeveless with the matching buttons. The 4th of July. So I think the bows would be super cute done like this. And where you do the band out of one color and then the bow out of like both colors or something. I think that would be cute. Oh, Liz, you didn't see this. So tonight I've been just kind of messing around trying to make bows. So this is in maybe more than 3 months and I've still got kind of play with it. But I think it's gonna work. And it's just made out of my super stretchy, super soft knit that I use. So anyway, okay, Naomi, I'm glad you were able to stop by. Yeah, well, you can just figure it out while I'm chatting away here. So anyway, all right, sidetrack. Sorry, I had the 4th of July just staring at me. You just never know at market who's looking for what. And this, yeah, it's 4th of July, but sometimes people are like, hey, I like it. It's a guy. It's a guy cover. So I put things out randomly. Plus, it's a nice space filler. If I start selling out, it helps keep me looking. So, you guys will learn this one too. I've got so many that I have to use. I mean, I just can't keep up. And I have gotten to where I've got this sleeves. I've got to make sure everyone has new stuff. Yeah, you got to tell us about the new room, Liz. I'm curious. Okay, so here's another one of my Christmas prints. Little dog. And then some of the non-Christmas prints. I kind of really love this little moon guy with the gray. And then this is fun. You don't see this one very often done. I think that's why I really like it. The cute little guys with the musical instruments. Ah, Nancy. What, Liz couldn't read your mind? Come on. Then I love these purple florals. They're just such a deep purple. So all of these will be really good bows as well. And then this was good for like fall, but I think it's going to be a good year round. And then I've had in my brain for a very long time, and I just haven't done it yet, is these blouson tops. They're just a pullover top with the elastic waist and elastic here, or short, and they're just big, out of linen to go with this stuff. So I know my audience there would probably eat it up. Yeah, I did supplement all these, Naomi. Yeah. So remember, I was showing you that vinyl, and I said it's supposed to be evergreen. This is the color it's supposed to be. That's why I was saying this ain't working. See? Not working so far. So still figuring this one out. But yeah, this is the color it's supposed to be. And then, oh, I got the same one. Same one. Okay, so then these are shirts I can't sell on Etsy because I don't really own a license to these, so they're fine for market. But people love them. I've got the fox, I've got a frog, I've got a dino, a blue dino done very similar to this, very character like. So yeah, that's another one that I'm selling out like crazy in 5 to 6. So for those of you that go to market and have shirts that have just a print, and you're like, what do I do to display them? I finally figured out a way to fold them where you just show the print. So I take and I fold them like this. And then I pull the bottom up. You can still see it's kind of white there. I turn back the neck. And then when you flip it over, all you see is the print. And so I put it out like that. And of course, everybody comes by and picks it up and checks it out. And you got to keep redoing it. But it really displays nicely. Pretend this goes with it. So, you've got your stuff there like that. And it just displays super nice. So I was just playing around one day and kind of it worked out. And when I do it, the table looks super cute. So there's an idea, guys, for folding. And obviously, when they get really small sizes, they're going to be like, they're going to be like that big, but it works. Yep. And I will be doing, like I said, I'm going to do a video on that. It is super easy. Inkscape is free, and this is so easy to do on there once somebody shows you how to do it if you can't figure it out. The minute I show you how to do that, you guys are going to be like, that's how easy it is. It's like, yeah, your kid could do it. It's that simple. Oh, you guys have to. But I've got all of these buffalo checks. Isn't that cute? This was for Halloween, and people are wearing them for Thanksgiving as well. But I also have it in red. And then I also have a, it's funny how the light makes this look like it's faded and it's not. That's hilarious. And it's not faded. And I've got a white check. I've got like a teal blue and the black check. So many good patterns. Yeah. And that's what I want to do too, Angela. Eventually, I'm trying to get my inventory up. People keep buying it. Good problem, I know, but yeah, I want to do more embroidery because people are loving the embroidery. So, yeah. So anyway, okay, so you guys ready for this dinosaur? He is too cute. Look at this little guy. Is he not hilarious? I love him. Just love him. Yeah, I know, Liz. And a lot of it, though, it's not the camera, it's that lighting. Remember when I changed out my lighting? And it's super bright, which is perfect to work with, but it's not so good for the cameras. In fact, I was going to use it on the table and it kept burning me out here. And then I've got it up here and I had to kind of adjust everything so it wasn't burning you guys out. So, yeah. Then I've got the little lion. So, yeah. I'm just like, these are just too fun. And everybody else thinks so too. So, guess what I'm doing over Christmas is I am going to try and get a little caught up and maybe get some embroidery done too. Let's see. Joann's. This is from Joann's. And I buy it in bulk now because I know I love it. So it's the Ember. Of course, it's Ember. But that's the brand name is Ember. And it's double brushed poly in coconut milk. So if you buy it off the bolt, it's like $12.99, I think, regular price. I buy it through Joann's Plus, which is where you buy a little like bulk, a little more of it, and I buy enough that it's $5.25 a yard. So yeah, my markets are in Garden Ridge, so right down the road from me. I got into a really good market right when COVID was starting, people were starting to come out. So it was been only about a year and a half ago, and I took a chance on it. Their website was amazing, everything's amazing. They now have a wait list to get in, and they only let so many people of each type of thing in so that like you don't have like all these people selling jewelry and then two people selling cookies, So you don't have tons of competition. And I know there's not another kids um, vendor that does exactly this. They're doing more of the really cute boutique-ish stuff, the fancy dresses and fancy tops and stuff. And I'm sure they're selling, but I'm at a price point that people can't ignore. And they keep telling me, they're like, your prices are so good. And I'm like, oh, and I'm making tons of money too. You have no idea because I buy this stuff cheap. I buy enough of the fabric in one sitting that I get it for the $5.25. Night, Naomi. So, it's not like I'm buying, that I have to put out a lot, but I think I have to buy like 30 or 40 yards to get that price. And even if I don't buy that much, it's still only like $6 a yard. It's not that $12.99. So anyway, I'm just saying, check Joann's Plus if you guys are looking for just some basic stuff. I think you have. Do you have to? I don't even think you have to have a tax number. I think you just have to buy X amount of yards or X amount of feet or whatever to get the bulk price. And it's not like tons. that it's scary. So you just create a Joanne's Plus account and then you go in there and you just look and they show you everything that's for sale, and you go into the actual item and then it gives you the breakdown pricing, or if you buy this many yards of this many yards, then this is price. If you buy this many, it's this price. So you can see the breakdown. And I'm not kidding. You know, you don't get to apply any other discounts to it, though. That's the thing. You got to remember, you're buying, either you buy the discount or you buy on Joanne's Plus. But it's still, it's worth it, especially if you find something you really like. And the customers like it too. I mean, they literally come by. And I don't know how many times people have walked by, and I just let them, I just sit there and I just watch them. And they walk over and they like touch it as they walk by, and then I'm like, 3, 2, 1, and they just literally flip around and like, oh my gosh, that is so soft. Jill, get over here, touch this. And it is so funny. I love it. And then I blow their mind when I tell them, okay, so this started out that color, same as the t-shirt, except I put the design on there. Some of them get it, some of them don't. I actually had one girl that has a baby, and I told her that, and she was asking me all these questions about my sublimation. And I was like, okay, she knows something. And then right at the end, she goes, I just got a sublimation machine too. She goes, I don't think I'll be able to do that, but thanks for telling me, you know, all this stuff. She goes, that's really amazing that you've done this. And I said, yeah, my heat press is only like 11 by 15. So I'm making it work for these smaller items right now. You know, I can only go up to a certain size sublimating because my heat press is so small. But it gets me up to about a size 2, 3. And I'm starting to kind of experiment on how to get past that. And I think I can do it. I just have to spend the time, and I have to spend the time. So I think I'll be able to get higher than that soon. Just gotta play. That's what Christmas is for. Oh, Nancy, you eat, sleep over eat. Just saying, you'll sleep so much better. Oh, Lisa, when did you slip in? I didn't see you. Sorry. So anyway, but yeah, it's quite fun to watch their expressions. So yeah, I'm happy though with this bow being wider like this. You probably can't tell in the pictures. I'm sorry, I keep looking at it and playing with it, but that was my objective tonight, was to get this figured out. And I think I'll do have it figured out. And I just got to spray water on that. Line goes away. Yeah, I'm just going to play with that part too. Yeah, cool. Cool. I wonder, I could even make it just a little bit wider, because this still could get a touch bigger. I don't know how crazy I'm going to get with the bows though. On the size. Big enough for now. But at least I've got so many of these babies. These items, you know, you buy like a lot of them. No, of course not. So, okay, we'll make them fit. Okay, cool. But that's the smallest one, and I'm going to have to fold it over. So we'll see. Yeah, I actually, you guys will laugh. I made guacamole tonight for dinner. Like I said, I just got over being sick, and I'm hungry for certain things. And guacamole was something that last week was not going to happen. Even over the weekend was like, maybe not yet. And even yesterday, but today I was kind of like, okay, I think I can do this. And I don't get crazy with my guacamole. I just mash up my avocado, and I like to put in some red onion and then lemon juice and a little bit of red pepper and then salt. So I bought a package of avocados, and you can do those all turn at the same time. but it was cheaper to do that than to buy like 1 or 2 avocados. So I have like 6 avocados up there, and they're all turning, and they're all just perfect right now. So I mashed 2 of them up, and I just, well, I get down here, I got avocado on my arm, I've got it on my pants, and I was just like, okay, is it on my face? It's like I had this avocado explosion while I was eating. I know I've got it on. I put a blanket over my ottoman up there because the dog likes to sit on it and the cats like to sit on it, and so it's just extra comfy, but it just keeps it a little cleaner too. Now I've got it on the blanket. Like, you would think a kid was eating the avocado tonight. Man, I think I was just excited to get down here and go live. So yeah. But I'm really liking the StreamYard, guys. I'm happy. I just think I'm going to have to bring this down just a little bit so you're a little closer next time. But, there's that happy medium. Do you see it all, or just you see a little bit? No, you do. Yeah. I'm going to keep putting some fusser when it comes to this stuff. But yeah, I'm excited to have that figured out. Go put this away. Sweep and close. Let's support by the combination. Give me that look like. You still with us, Nancy? I can't believe you haven't hardly slept, Nancy. It's insane. We've been working on orders. All right, so I'm putting the gauntlet down, and I'm going to go back over everything again. So now that we've got Liz and Lisa and Nancy on, and whoever else hasn't heard. So, Nairo is doing Vlogmas, and I'm sure some of you read my comment to her where it was like, oh, you put out a challenge and you didn't even know it. So, I'm going to do Vlogmas through December. I don't know if I'm going to do every day. I'm going to shoot for every other day. You might get some that are every day, just depending. But you know how sometimes life just takes over, and I've got a project just starting, and so I don't know how that's going to go. And I might get a little tired and crazy some days and be like, oh boy, I'm supposed to shoot a video today for every day, and it's not going to work out. So anyway, I'm shooting for every other day. Like I said, you might get every day. And then I'm challenging you guys to do this with me, okay? Lisa, Nancy, Liz. So try and do Vlogmas a little bit. You don't have to do every day, every other day. Maybe like once every 3 days, once every 4 days or something. Lisa, all you got to do, 5 minutes, do a live video, and it doesn't even have to be live. You can just do a video with your phone, and then you upload it. And you just upload it every day, or every other day, or every 3rd day, or however often you're going to do it. And, if those of us kind of get into a rotation, even where if we don't want to do it every day, if we could say like, I'm taking Monday, you take Tuesday, I'll take Wednesday, somebody else take Thursday, people could have some every day too. So we could do that. But yeah, I get you, Liz. I'm challenging everybody else also. And I want them to share with me throughout the month that I want everybody to try and do one giving thing every day. And it doesn't have to cost money. In fact, I'm telling you, I want you to do things that don't cost money. So I want you to, for example, introverts. We go out shopping. Not that any of us ever goes to Walmart or anything, Nancy, I'm looking at you. And you go and say, like, you have a hard time talking to the checkout person or whatever, or you don't just feel like it that day. So push yourself out of the comfort zone and just that day smile at them and go, hey, having a good day, or Merry Christmas. And so I want everybody to kind of try and brighten up somebody else's day with one small act of kindness. And it can be even texting somebody that you haven't texted in a really long time. And it doesn't have to be a long text. It can just be a, hey, I was thinking about you. And maybe you just put a little emoji in there. You put a little meme or something with it and just send it to them. And do it every day. And maybe you write your child a note and put it in their pocket. Or, you say something nice to the mailman or your neighbor or whatever. So I'm challenging everybody, and I want you to do that all through December. And then I'm hoping you won't stop on December 31st, and you will keep going into January, into February, into March. And it just kind of becomes a habit that you consciously want to do something every day that makes somebody smile, even if you feel grumpy, you feel sick, you're tired, anything. And you might be surprised, it may brighten your moment at that time too. So I just want to see what people do. I want to see if people will try it with me, but I'm going to do it, and I'll share with you guys on vlogs how I'm doing, and I hope you will also share in comments if I'm not doing a live. I might do a live here and now, every now and then on vlogs, because it's just easier, and then I don't have to upload. It's already there. It's done. So I might do some live vlogs for Vlogmas, and they'll be shorter, and I'll tell you what I'm doing, that kind of thing. So I'm going to have to be more creative with Vlogmas, because I know I'll run out of ideas. Since I was telling earlier, I don't know who was still on when I said this, but I might teach you guys some things on Escape, just little things like that. So I'm curious where we can go with this, guys. I think it could be a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm not asking for opinion, Lisa. A smile. There's a difference. So yeah, challenge, throwing it out there. I get that, Liz. Yeah. That would count. All it is, Lisa, is making them smile, making them maybe laugh. Because, sometimes, like I was telling people earlier, I'll go shopping, like at the grocery store or something, and there's some really grumpy people there that have never yet even looked at me and even said hi. I mean, I'll go through the entire transaction. They won't look at me. They won't acknowledge me. They won't say you're welcome. They won't say thank you. They want nothing. And the whole thing transpires without one word being spoken between either one of us. And I'm just like, I'm walking away from that going, that was awkward and a little uncomfortable and probably not good either on both our parts. So, yeah. Well, and that's where I'm at, Mary. It's not really going to have a schedule per se. So maybe one day if I do it, I might do it in the morning because I have time. And the next time I do it, it may not be till evening because that's when I have time. And it might not be for a day or two. But I'm going to try and shoot for every other day. And hopefully maybe I'll hit couple of days in a row. And Amber, leave the kitties alone. Why do we have to talk about this again? Go find your bone. Just because she walked across the floor did not invite you that she needed to be chased. I know. You want to play. So, anyways, that is my okay. So Beth, you can do shorts. Beth, that's all it is. It's shorts. Really, when you think about it, that's all Vlogmas is shorts. And so you just get on and you're like, okay, happy Vlogmas. This is day 2 of my Vlogmas. So it's like your second short. And even though it's like a weekend and you've only done 2, it's still day 2 of your short, of your Vlogmas. So, and you don't have to do it, in a specific place every time. Go outside if you need to clean. Go outside every time. Do it. All you're doing is talking to people or showing them something. That's it. It's not anything. Don't overthink it. Do it in your car if you have to. Do it when you're driving somewhere. Do it when you're out eating lunch or something, so you don't have to worry about, oh, my house isn't clean. My room's not clean. I mean, I'm the worst one at that. I can procrastinate. a lot of times why I haven't done lives is because the studio is a mess. Well, I cleaned over Thanksgiving because, sick. And I'm like, okay, I have to clean down here. I have to. It's driving me absolutely bonkers. And so I'm not done because I got to reorganize in everything. But cleaning was a start because it just, I just needed to sweep and I needed to wipe everything down because it's getting dusty in here because it's been a while and just stuff like that. And start rearranging some of my shelves because I want to wipe those down. You know how things get dusty in all the shelves I've got. So I'm just like, okay, I'm going to start doing that and just kind of break it down and don't let it be like this big room that I feel like I have to all get done at one time. So I'm just taking it in segments. And obviously the cleaning has to keep on going. Unfortunately, it's not a one and done thing. I wished it was. But yeah. So, but that's okay, Mary. You do you. That's all these are. Is you do what makes it easy for you. And I think it's gonna be a lot of fun because I really don't know all the stuff I'm gonna vlog about, but I'm gonna do it because I want to. I want to connect with you guys through December and then keep it going. And I want to show to myself too that I don't have to sit and do these 5-hour lives with you, even though they're all blessed and I love them. That I could sit down and do some shorter things too and still connect with you guys and still we can all still get on and say hi and have a good time for a little while. And I'm going to pass the ball to somebody else and go, okay, you're up. And I'm not going to call them out, but I'm going to be like, you're up. Who's up? Somebody take it. Somebody go. Yeah, I hear you, Mary. Kimber LaRue, what you doing? You're just being crazy girl again. You have so much energy. I wanted to get her out for a walk today, and I just ran out of time because it was like 75 degrees out. It was absolutely gorgeous, no humidity or anything. And I had a doctor's appointment, and then I had stuff for work. I had lots of calls. I'm just like, ugh. And then when I get done with work, now that the days are short, those of you that know that I go and feed a couple of feral kitties at another location, I need to do that before dark because they don't really show up after dark, and I don't blame them. So that means I need to leave the house by 5, and then when I get home, it's dark. It's like, oh, I don't do this dark early stuff very well. It's gorgeous out, but I can't walk out there. Okay, so yes, you can walk after dark, but guys, and I have not really told people this, but we have a mountain lion out there somewhere. Actually, he's been very seen and not very far from here, and so I don't do walking after dark. I don't want to be Kitty's snack. And everybody's like, "Oh no, show pictures!" And there's people been like, "Guys, he crossed my path in the middle of the day when I was in my car, and he was 10 feet from me. He exists." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, they do exist out here." So, hence I got to do things before dark. So I don't even take Ember very far outside when it's dark out. She has to kind of do her duty within this certain area right by the house. So yeah, I'm like, okay, this short days thing is not going over so well when the temperature is so awesome after dark that we can have this really amazing walk. And I can't do it. So yeah. But yeah, Sonia, I have actually, and it's upstairs. I finished one of my sweaters. It's a light pink sweater, and I didn't even think about bringing it down to show you guys. I will have to Vlogmas that so you can see it. That'll give me another thing to Vlogmas. And I've got another one that I'm about 2/3 done with. I had a bunch of whips on the needles that were about half done. And so I went to a fiber festival. Yeah, it's probably been a month now. And me and my girlfriend just decided to go overnight, even though it was only just up the road about 45 minutes. we decided we were going to go and split a hotel since we usually vend and we're not vending this year. We were just going to go attend and actually find out what that felt like to be on the other side for once. And so we sat down in the hotel lobby. We're so used to people being in the lobby knitting. Not this year. We're like, where is everybody? You know, and I was spinning, and it was kind of a bummer because people were not down in the hotel lobby with us. Now, they did have a private event. The way the fiber festivals work is when you decide to go, you can buy a ticket to a private event on Friday night, which once tickets are gone, they're gone because it's a small event. And so it's usually dinner and some kind of an activity or whatever. And so they did a mystery, like the mystery dinner thing. And I think a lot of people were in that. And so those that would have been out knitting with us were in there. And actually, that event took longer. Sometimes they have a really cool speaker that's really entertaining. Those of you that would knit would know that Franklin Habit is one of them I've been to. Oh, he was so good. So good. So those of you that know him or know of him, such a character. And so that went on for like, after we ate, then it was like, his thing was like 2 hours. So by the time we got done, people would come out, but still people would like go get their stuff and come down and sit, but they didn't this year. So I was kind of bummed, but we had such a good time. But I wanted to wear that sweater that weekend. And so I did get it done. I worked really hard to get it done, and I did. And I wore it and got lots of compliments on it. But you got to do that when you go to those things. You got to have something that you made on, because obviously people are looking for that. So it was really fun. Really fun. Oh, I remember those heat waves, Mary. Yeah, you are having a heat wave. 75 here, but it's going to be 50 now. So we're in that. And we came out of highs in the 40s, lows in the 30s for 2 weeks. So I'm loving the fact that I actually get to see sun, but we got rain for 2 weeks off and on, just real light. But I do have a leak in the studio now, and I got a guy coming in a couple of weeks to fix that. And I'm just like, get here, quit raining, because I don't want my ceiling to be affected. I just have these fears of my ceiling going poof. So anyway, I got a guy coming to fix that, and hopefully no more leaks. But yeah, so that's my little knitting story. Sorry, that kind of went on a tangent, but the other sweater I got is like a capped sleeve one, and it's got just like this side pattern here. It kind of flares out, so the pattern starts in an A flare out just right here. I'm really excited to get it done. It's really super cute. And I can see me putting either a tank top underneath when it's warmer, or even a long sleeve t-shirt underneath, how some people are doing that, and then wearing it kind of like a vest. I don't know. I would have to have the exact perfect thing for me to wear under that, because I'm very fussy about that look. And I don't really like that look on me that well. So if I have like even a button down or something, I think it looks better on me. So I might do that. Or I may just layer it and put a jean jacket over it or something. But yeah, I'm excited to get that one done. So yeah, again, Vlogmas. These are all Vlogmas things. You guys will get to see them. So I'm glad we're talking about this, because you're giving me good ideas for Vlogmas. So hopefully I won't run out. Too bad my loom is not totally done. I was almost done getting it warped up, and then I got distracted with work and everything, and then markets and everything, and so I got about half done, and I thought I had it kind of put away. Kittens. Well, they're not kittens anymore, but the triplets. Yeah, Layla and Daisy. Yeah, they found a lot of it, so it's kind of it. It's probably salvageable, but they did kind of chew through some of the threads. So I'm like, glad that was just going to be something for me. It was just going to be more of a test thing, so I may just make it work anyways. And I just got to get all that yardage off because I want to start making some towels. And I've got wool on there right now, and I need it to be cotton. So that's just kind of more of a test fun, doing a whole bunch of things to learn kind of work. So it'll probably be okay, but it might, if it's too jumbled up, I may just have to pull some of those off and start over. But oh yeah, Layla and Daisy have been having a really good time when they find that, and then I think I get it all wrapped up really good, and they can't get to it, and then about a month later they find it again, and I'm like, how did you do that? How? And I'm really good at cat proofing. So hey, Juana. So we'll see. That might be more over Christmas break that I will show you guys that. But that's a whole other rabbit hole for next year that I will be going down. There's these things called painted warps that I want to do. So in a nutshell, weaving is just like what any fabric's made out of. Okay, so you've got threads that go this way, and then you make the threads, you weave the threads back and forth that go the other way to make cloth. So a painted warp is when you put the threads that go this way on the loom, and those are the ones that you put on and you don't really touch them. The other one that goes back and forth is on a shuttle. And so you see them, what they call throw it across. So they throw it through the shed, the opening, and then they beat it with the reed. Well, those are the ones that are going this way. They're through the reed. So they're on there permanently. Well, you take dye, and once that warp is on, then you can do it several ways, but I'm going to tell you the harder way, but it's the cooler way because you can control it more. So you've already got it on, so you can go on and you can stamp patterns with dye. So you'll like maybe take a stamp and you'll put it in the dye, and then you kind of have to have like a board underneath with something solid, and then you can stamp like flowers and stuff in different colors, and then when you put the weft through it, then you can still see the pattern if you're using the right color. And so if you use like white, and then you do like your colors on there, and then see like you take an off-white and go through, you can still see like the pattern of the floral or whatever. Some people just take and they'll paint like stripes and just kind of all kinds of stuff. And it's so cool that you can actually still see it after you put the other thread through and after you've woven that thread through. And so when you hold it up, there's your pattern, and you've just used two plain colors. And then the other way you do it is you just dye the warp before you put it on. So you can just lay it out, and then you can just go in and like just kind of smash colors on, or if you want to actually go further and maybe dye like when I dye yarn, you can do it that way. It's however you want it. But it's really cool the way they do that. So I want to try and mess with that. I think that would be really fun to see how that comes out. I think that could make some cool table runners, some cool towels, some cool just anything. And it would be a way to just play, just see what comes out. Yes. So Mary, yeah, it's amazing. I just didn't realize it was going to show that much. And I was watching somebody do it the other day on YouTube, and then when I got done, I was like, wow, you really didn't lose that flower. In fact, it almost kind of made it abstract. It was so sweet. So I'm just like, I did not need more things put in my brain. Stop it. Yeah, it is. So, hey, Maria. Yeah, I'm still alive. I'm still here, still talking away. But so that'll be next year. Trying to force myself to do some of those things so I can show you guys, because I'm tired of telling myself someday I'm going to do that. Well, someday's here. I'm going to do it. I'm just going to take the time and do it. I just got to get that warp off. And I mean, and it seems weird for you to tell that to you guys because you'll be like, just take it off. Well, I think I've got like 30 yards of warp on there, and it took me forever to get it on. So I finished my first project and I cut that off. So that probably used about 3 or 4 yards of it. And I want to practice a bunch of these different patterns. I have subscribed for a while to a weaving school, and it was like $10 a month, and she's one of the best out there. And I will go back when I'm going to start doing it again because she gives you free patterns, and it's just this really cool. And if anybody wants to go look her up, it's called Jane Stafford. And if Sandy's still on, she's out of Canada, and she's very well known. So it's Jane Stafford School of Weaving, and she's got just one of those voices you could listen to. She's very calm and just so interesting. But anyway, the things that you learn are crazy on there. It is so, it's a new rabbit hole. But I've had a loom for about 5, 6 years. I've always wanted to buy one, but I wasn't planning on buying one because I didn't have time to deal with it. But my girlfriend, I don't know if Linda's still on here. If you are, shout out to you. But when she had the yarn store, we had a fundraiser going on for Handspun Hope in Rwanda. Again, look up Handspun Hope, guys. It's a wonderful, wonderful organization. It's another rabbit hole you'll go down, and I'll talk about Handspun Hope. I'll probably do that in Vlogmas as well because that'll give me another thing to talk about. But it's Rwandan ladies who we've taught how to spin, weave, and dye their yarn, and then they do it and sell it over here in the U.S. in stores, and that's how they make their living, just in a nutshell. But there's way more than that. So I'll go more into that later. But it was a fundraiser for them, and so this table loom, really nice Ashford table loom, was one that my friend had come across, and we got it. Oh, Bethany, hang on. We got critters out here that are probably trying to eat. Yeah, the coons think it's a good time when someone come by. But anyway, so that was up for the fundraiser. And so I wasn't, I'd always wanted a loom, but I was like, I don't have time. It's just going to sit there. But, my friend was like, it's a really good for you to get it. And it's a table loom. And she goes, it's the size is perfect, and you can use it for so much. And I was like, okay. So I bought it for the fundraiser, and it's just sat for a couple of years. And now I'm just like, I'm tired of looking at this thing, and I'm going to use it. So we are starting, guys. We're starting. And I actually got my first thing off. It was just a simple weaving, nothing big. And I just had this one yarn that I had dyed up that I absolutely loved. And I tried to replicate it, and I just can't. I will get there. And I called it Sunrise. And it was really pretty. It was mauves and pinks and oranges and off-white. And they all kind of blended together, so it looked like a sunrise. And I will figure it out. But I wanted that yarn for myself, so I wove it into, it's probably about this big, so I could use it like as a placemat. And that was my first thing that I cut off of that. So I need to just keep messing around with things. But yeah, it was, oh, Liz, bye. Sorry, I missed you. Sorry, I missed you leaving. So no, not yet, Maria. Nope. That's next year. I'm just kind of talking about some things that are going to be coming up next year. So yeah, but that is going to be another thing that I will show you guys. So you guys are going to learn a few things besides sewing from me, because that's what I do. I do other things as well. Gonna stick mainly to the sewing, but I will veer off every now and then and kind of give you guys a little glimpse into some other things that if you've messed with, it might be really interesting. If you haven't messed with, it still might be really interesting or whatever, but I'm not gonna stay over and around. I can always come back, so don't worry. For those of you that are just sewing driven and you think I'm moving, that no, it's just to kind of give a little variety and to show you kind of what I'm doing behind the scenes at times as well. So yeah, but yeah, hit the thumbs up, guys, if you haven't yet. That would be so awesome. But yeah, I don't want you guys getting frustrated with me that I'm giving you more rabbit holes to go down. So it can happen. Just warning you, it can happen. But you just never know too. It might be something that you were like, oh, I've always wanted to try that, and that's not as hard as I thought it was going to be. So maybe I will try it. So maybe it'll be that as well. You never know. Hey, crazy, what are you doing? Here, can you come say hi? Say hi to everybody. Say hi. Yeah, silly girl. I need to get her a new coat too. I actually it was cold enough down here. The last let's see, it started warming up probably about 3 or 4 days ago, but for 2 weeks before that, it's been just really gloomy and chilly and drizzly, which is what we needed, and I can't complain because we got some nice moisture out of it. Now we've got a long ways to go yet, but I'm not going to complain about those 2 weeks. But it was cold because it was like 40s and 50s during the day, and then 30s at night, and I was not going to heat the house up super warm, so I put her coat on her because she was sitting there by me one night, and I didn't realize she was as cold as she was, and she was shivering. And I put the blanket over her, and I was like, okay, I got to go find your coat in the closet, and I put the coat on her, and it's this cute little fuzzy fleece thing that makes her look like this little bear, like a little panda bear. And so it's got a little pom pom on the butt, and it's got the hat with the pom poms and the ears right here. Well, I can't get the hat on her; it just doesn't stay. But Ember, what are you doing? You know better than that. I won't tell you what she was getting into. You know better than that. Dogs. All I'm gonna say. Right now, she's not so cute. In fact, her breath is gonna stink. I'm gonna say. You need to go sit on the couch. You are not a good girl. Go sit on the couch. Come on. Sit on the couch. Sit. You go. Come on. Sit here. Sit down. I don't know her obsession with that lately. It's been a thing. And she never used to bother as much as she has the last 2 weeks. And I'm like, really? Please stop. Ugh. Big trouble. It's like chew on your bone. Don't go there. So anyway, yeah. But I'm excited about these. I'm ready to cut these out and start solo knitting them now. And I actually didn't mind sewing them on the regular machine because they do stretch. So that's good. Oh, sorry guys. But yeah, I've got enough left on this one. I can do quite a few. I need to make it a little lighter. I'm going to have to sit and think about this. So that's 2-inch wide band for the newborn to 3 months, and I can probably do that for the toddler as well. That would probably be big enough for them. And then when we get into the child, it probably has to be just a little bit wider. Anyway. All right, guys. Yeah, Maria, I was messing with these. Oh, let's see. Let's see. There you go. That's a little better. Just a little tie on. I'm going to supplement some, but I've got people at markets asking for them. And I just don't have bows. In the last couple of markets, people are buying an outfit and they're like, oh, do you have bows? And I'm like, no, sorry. Forgot those at home. Because I did have some made out of just regular nylon, which is kind of fun too for, the pictures and everything. Mm-hmm. And it's just on a little stretchy headband. So, they're the bigger bow. But I forgot to take those with me, but now I'll take these and then I'm going to put some of these in with it too, because these are the really soft everyday ones where these are really more of a party bow, not meant to, wear every day kind of thing. But I love this netting I got from Walmart. It's got a little iridescence to it, so it makes it really pretty. And these are super easy to make too. So anyway, but I just keep trying to mess with this one. It's like one side's really good and the other side isn't. Anyway, so. And the funny thing about netting is you just really kind of have to separate it sometimes. Just keep playing with it. So you get it to kind of do what it's supposed to do. Because then if you separate it, then it makes a real 3D bow too. So anyway, that's really kind of cute. All right, guys. I unfortunately have to work in the morning. And we've got a project starting, so it's extra. And I've got a meeting right away. First thing that I have to do a small presentation in, and then I've got another meeting right after that too. So this is one of those mornings in the morning that I'm just like, ugh, got to get up and be awake, be responsible, but right away out the gate. I like to wake up and just kind of slowly get going. And some mornings I can do that, but tomorrow I couldn't do that. So I'm going to let you guys go. And look, December 1st, I will start Vlogmas and we'll see how the month goes. Okay, guys? So thanks for joining me tonight. I hope you guys had fun. It was fun coming on talking with you guys. I missed you guys. And I will be seeing a lot more of you here in the next couple of weeks. Okay? So we'll see you guys. Bye.